Hello and welcome to Game Objective. My name is Brad Glasgow and I'm a big fan of Apex Legends. However, even if you don't care one bit about this specific game, I think you might find this video interesting because this video is less about Apex Legends and more about the hot button cultural issue of representation, which is a big deal in the world of video games. But let me give you a quick background on the game to get everyone up to speed. Apex Legends is a free-to-play battle royale game that came out nearly 3 months ago and has been a big hit for Respawn, its developer. Within its first month of release, it had 50 million players, according to Respawn CEO Vince Zampella. At the start of the game, you and 2 teammates make your choice of 9 legends, each with their own unique skills, which you can see if you right-click on a character. Everything else you see in the game's menu deals with cosmetics, or the Battle Pass, which is of course how they make their money. There is no exposition. There are no backgrounds for the characters. That's it. You hit ready for a game, you and your teammates select your legends, then you drop from a jump ship onto the playing field, and you begin collecting your weaponry with which to kill the 20 other teams that have landed. It's quite simple, and it's a lot of fun. Now, onto the issue of representation, because one of the characters is gay. This guy, Gibraltar. Of course, there are no relationships in the game. In the game, there's no way of knowing that he's gay. To find out, you have to go to the Apex Legends website. Click on Legends, then click on each character to read their little backstory. For Gibraltar, it says, quote, "He only began to understand the value of protecting others when he and his boyfriend stole his father's motorcycle, took it on a joyride, and got trapped by a deadly mudslide." It does not mention his sexuality in his character's YouTube trailer. Also, I should mention one of the other characters is non-binary, using they-them pronouns. Now, why does this matter in a game that doesn't really have any story, that just drops you on an island and has you kill other people and doesn't even really tell you why? The claim is that representation matters, that it's important to see ourselves in these characters. Respawn Entertainment Community Manager Jay Frechette told Rock Paper Shotgun, quote, "Our studio is comprised of a diverse group of people. The player base of Battle Royale is comprised of a diverse group. Having a diverse cast is super important. You want everyone to have someone they can connect to." A big part of what I do is question claims like this. Is it, in fact, super important to have a diverse cast? Especially in a game like this that has no basis on realism, where you shoot other people in the face for sport, and you can have up to 20 copies of one character running around. If you are gay, is it important to have a gay character to connect to? And can you not connect to characters who are not gay? I think those are important questions, but I won't be answering them here, because I think before we begin to offer opinions about whether having a gay character in the game is important to connect to, I think we need to establish whether or not people even know that Gibraltar is gay. After all, how can a character's sexuality matter for the sake of diversity if no one knows his sexuality? To answer this, I did an old-fashioned survey. For those of you who don't know, I used to do surveys for a living as a project manager in a market research firm. So this is kind of my thing. I jumped into the game and asked my teammates a simple question. Hey guys, I have a question for you from my YouTube channel.
What's that?
Were you aware that one of the legends is gay? I have a question for you guys from my YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Were you aware that one of the legends is gay? If they answered yes, I would ask them which one, like this. Hey, let me ask you a question for my YouTube channel. Were you aware that one of the legends is gay?
Yes.
Which one?
Gibraltar.
I did this for 100 games. Actually, I played a lot more than 100 games because you often get teammates that don't respond at all. But I played enough to get 100 responses. Now, before I get to the data, there's one important thing that needs to be said. This is not a survey of 100 players. This is a survey of 100 teams, because you have 2 other players along with myself. The reason I say this is because when you ask people, were you aware that one of the characters is gay, you would often get someone shouting, yes, Gibraltar, right away. So you can't really ask the other player the same question after that. Therefore, this data should be read as, If you play with 100 teams, how likely is it that at least one person on that team will know that Gibraltar is gay? And here we go, finally the numbers. I have to say, the results surprised me. I honestly thought maybe 10% of the time you'd find a teammate that knows. It turns out, just over a third of the teams had a player that knew that Gibraltar was gay. Out of 100 games, 63 teams did not know and 37 teams did know. Now, as I said, this data is for teams and not people, so it is skewed a little in favor of the yeses. If one player did know and one player did not know, then the yes would count and the no would not count. But I was still surprised by the number that knew. You have 60 seconds from the character select to the time that you drop from the jump ship, so I wasn't able to ask everyone follow-up questions, but I did ask several of them how they found out that Gibraltar was gay, though I didn't tabulate that because it wasn't many people. Were you aware that one of the legends is gay?
Yeah,
Which one?
Gibraltar.
Cool. How'd you know that?
I saw it in a YouTube video.
Most of those who did answer it said it was from YouTube videos. Some said that their friends knew. A couple said Reddit, and a couple said that they knew from going to the Apex website. For those who did not know which character was gay, many of them had a guess, though again I didn't tabulate the guesses.
Oh, gay. Yeah, I heard that.
Which
Can't
one?
remember which one. I think it was Bangalore?
The most common guesses were Mirage and Bangalore. Several people responded that they did not care. Were you aware that one of the legends is gay?
I don't care.
I would have liked to have asked people if they cared if one of the characters was gay, but that's not a great survey question. Instead, I stuck with the simple question of how many people knew, and from here maybe we can begin to discuss whether it's actually important or not. I will say that while we have all these articles and the Respawn community manager declaring it super important that we have a character that presumably gay people can connect to, there's another statistic I collected that might be far more relevant to the discussion. In those 100 games that I played, I never selected Gibraltar to play because I did not want to influence people's responses. So I played with 200 people that had a choice of selecting the gay character. Out of those 200 people, only 3 chose Gibraltar. One of those said he did so on accident. They did just buff up the character, giving him 10% more damage resistance, and most of my games were before that buff. But people don't play him not because he's gay. I know this because many of the players said that they thought Bangalore was gay, and she might be. Maybe Respawn just hasn't stated that she is yet. But she's still a popular character. It has nothing to do with players connecting to them or not. People don't play Gibraltar because he's a huge glowing target that is easy to kill. So there you have it. 37 out of 100 teams had a player who knew that Gibraltar was gay. That is far more than I thought. However, when 3 out of 200 players actually play the character, I don't think that those numbers support Respawn's claim that his being gay is important so that players can connect to him. Now before I go, I know several of you who answered my survey in the game actually subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I want to thank each of you for answering my questions. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I wish you all good hunting in the future. Game Objective is entirely supported by fans like you. If you would like to support my work, I have several links below where you can do just that. Until next time, this has been Brad Glasgow for Game Objective. Thanks for watching.